Let's talk about the language of the business. One of the things that can keep you in business no matter what is learning the language of the business. And if you can get the language of the business down, this business becomes so simple because whenever you're down, all you got to do is make some calls. And if you have an ability to book appointments, and it doesn't matter what type of lead you're calling, and if you can book appointments, you're back in business. And so it's the art of turning nothing into something. You can turn any name into a presentation to some sort of interest or referral. And if you can get into that business, it's pretty simple. So let's talk about two things. You could do two languages you can use. One is for getting people, attracting more and more people into your organization, your business. The second is how to attract more clients into your business. And again, the point of these phone calls is that it can lead to some sort of visual conversation on Zoom, right? Or in person, right? Most of this is going to be on Zoom. So let's say Tyler refers me somebody and tells me a couple qualities about him, right? So I find out two great qualities about him, as much detail. I find out the city they're from, where they're from, what they like, what their career is. And I go, ring, ring. Hey, Rob, this is Paul Ayrton. You don't know me. We have a mutual friend in Tyler, and Tyler and I were doing his business plan, and we were covering a few things, and your name came up, told me that you're one of the most ambitious, caring entrepreneurs that he knows. And I believe that's a huge compliment coming from Tyler. Don't you agree? And they go, Tyler and I were just been, he's helping us with our expansion plans, and he's crucial part about it. And based on what he's told me about you and your geographic location and your background, I'd love to have a conversation with you where you introduce yourself to us more, and more importantly, introduce our company to you. Quite frankly, I have no idea whether you would have an interest or whether we would be at this point, but based on what Tyler's told me, man, we need to get together and visit and at least have a conversation. When's a great time for us to get together? Does the early part of the day or later part of the day work better? And they go later part of the day. By the way, if you have that kind of energy, you're not going to get much objection. It's when there's no conviction behind your voice that gets you all the objection, or there's doubt. But let's say you do get an objection. What do? Well, we help people make and save more money. I'm in charge of expanding, and we help develop leaders in the financial service industry. It doesn't really matter what you say. Again, are you coming back with some certainty? But does the early part of the day or later part of the day work better? Right? Who do you work with? Well, we work with Real Financial. Are you familiar with Bradley or Andy Elliott? Or we work with Global Financial Impact. Are you familiar with our company? Right? Just answer it. And then go back to asking a question. If you notice, I asked a question right afterwards. What else can be other questions? What's this about? Well, again, like I said, I'd love to, based on what Tyler's told me, he told me that you're an ambitious, caring entrepreneur. And based on that, I'd love to have a conversation with you. Obviously, he values your feedback and opinion and thinks highly of you, and would love to at least sit down and for about 30 minutes, just have a dialogue on what we do, who we are, what we do, and how we're helping out families. Is that fair enough? They go, yeah, all right, great. Does the afternoon or morning work better for you? And then book the time again. Anyway, hopefully you got enough of that. Second thing, I got a referral for a client. So, Mr. and Mrs. Jones referred me to their neighbor or to their cousin or to whoever. And the phone call goes like this. Here we go. Ring, ring. Hello, is John there? This is Paul Ayrton. Hello, am I speaking to John? Let me repeat that. Am I speaking to John? Great, this is Paul Ayrton. You referred to me by Tyler Glennon and told me a lot of great things about you, and told me that you're an incredible family man and very good friends of theirs and very caring individual and, caring family. And anyway, we just helped out Tyler and helped him out with helping him retire 10 years sooner and putting proper protection for their family and, and some insurance in place as well. And has he told you we were going to be calling? And again, doesn't matter what the answer is, yes or no. I just want to know, right? So he goes, no or yes. And I go, wonderful. Well, based on what Tyler's told me, I'd love to share with you. I promised him that we share with you the same information that we shared with them. We have a very educational approach to what we do, and we'd love to share with you some concepts about money that can help families just like yours become financially independent and debt free, and or maybe someone you know. Again, based on what Tyler's told me, I have no idea whether we can help you at this point or whether you have any interest at all at it, but would love to have that conversation and kind of go from there. And again, there might be objections, but I'm going to go, when's a great time where we can have a conversation with you and your spouse? And by the way, I'm going to find out if they're married already or not at this point from Tyler. So I go, does the early part of the week or later part of the week work better for you guys? And then we'll answer that, and I'll nail it down to a specific date. And they go, man, what is it that you do? Well, we help people make and save more money and help them ways to retire tax-free, or ways to protect families and protect their money and protect their wealth, right? I mean, you could, again, there's so many ways to answer. There's no wrong answer. The wrong answer is the one that you don't believe. So what's important about this is you believe the answer you're giving. So anyway, 2 languages of the business that will transform your business. You can take you to 0 to hero by knowing the language of the business. Parachute in any country, any state, and build a business from scratch just by knowing the language. All right, my challenge to you, is to know those 2 set of languages. And then the next step is we're going to go over to 5 different type of objections. I gave some of it here, but the main outcome of this video is for you to know the 2 languages. We're going to quiz you on this, and we'll see you on the next Zoom. All right.